We're live. Episode 22, This Life in Tech. I'm Jason,
And I'm Dan.
and we're back.
Yeah.
I'm back in California. It's finally cool instead of blistering hot. You had some
Really?
storms recently in Maryland, huh?
Yeah, well, I wasn't here much of it, been around traveling all over the place, but I understand there has been some, heavy rains.
Yeah. Dude, I flew into Cleveland whenever that big parade was for the Cavs, and I got into the airport. And Cleveland's a big city, but the airport's not big. I mean, the airport kind of belies how metropolitan that area at least was at one point.
Right,
And I,
because
and I,
who wants to travel to Cleveland anyway? So,
Well, I mean the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean there's some stuff there, man, but it's nowhere near what it was after like the tire industry left and shit like that. But
right.
nonetheless, man, I had this thing booked to help my parents with some stuff, and way before the Cavs, I think we're even in the playoffs or whatever they call it. Um, and I'm expecting the airport to be like a giant zoo, and I get in, man, and it's dead, dead. I was like the only person in there, and there's only four more flights leaving that night, and this is only like at 8:30 in the evening. And so then I'm thinking, well, there's this big parade. They estimated like 1.3, 1.5 million people in the city. I'm gonna have a hard time getting a cab to where I need to go. I walk to the cab stand, and there's like this giant long line of cabs, and everybody's standing around with their thumb up their ass. The city was dead, man. I don't know what happened. There was this huge burst of activity, and by the time I get there, it's like gone.
Well, again, because no one really wants to go to Cleveland, so
Yeah, I don't know, man. So I was
there's this
surprised.
whole this. I used to work with this lady who's from Cleveland, loves everything about Cleveland sports. She's a big sports fanatic. And she'd always, talk about how great Cleveland is. And there's this website that's called clevelandreallysucks.com or something like that. All the reasons why Cleveland sucks.
Well,
And so every day I would send her another, one of those tidbits about why Cleveland sucks.
and in the '90s, the Drew Carey show tried to revitalize it. Drew Carey was big
You
into
know,
Cleveland and
Cleveland rocks. And I,
Cleveland Rocks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you went to a university in Ohio, I did. You could send like a school sweatshirt or something, and he'd wear it on one of the shows. I don't know, man. There's a good underground music scene. There was anyway, but nonetheless, man. Two things I wanted to talk about. We've been trading some tweets and emails on. I think maybe I don't know what order you want to do it in, man.
I
For a
mean, other than
while,
that, why Shadow's planning on proposing to me for some reason? I don't know why he's infatuated.
he
But
never did. He never denied that. I didn't.
dude, I keep turning him down. I keep telling him like, "Low, dude, no."
What do you rate the probability of him just beating the fucking shit out of you at DEF CON?
Oh, very low.
You think?
Yeah, yeah. He gives just as well as he takes. And need I remind everyone, he did start all of this stuff on Twitter by calling me instead of net secrets, nutsacks. So, and he still refers to it as that. So this is how it all started. And so, I'm like, that's cool. Um, he's a good guy. I don't know what Tawny sees in him.
The dude didn't seem this aggro when I met him a year ago. I don't know,
because
man.
he because he
You
was
have a funny
hoping to
habit of
impress
bringing up the
everyone.
worst in people.
He was trying to impress you because he wanted a job.
Maybe you should still think that way.
Yeah, he should. He should.
Uh,
Or maybe because he's still working at his current employer, and that's the reason why he's so, angry. I don't know.
we'll see how long that lasts. Apparently not long, given the news.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The reported
So
news, not our news, just for
yeah,
clarity.
the reported news
Yeah.
that's in the
So,
media.
what do you want to talk about first, man? Minecraft as a vehicle for STEM, or the Tesla stuff?
No, I think we should talk about Tesla first. I mean, we've been really big on AI and machine learning, and with the unfortunate news of a death due to someone utilizing the autopilot feature, which we should remind everyone, Tesla says is in beta and should not be used in that particular means. It's supposed to be helping people for like bumper to bumper traffic and to avoid collisions. Um, and I don't believe based on what I've read, it did not appear to me that this individual, while unfortunate that he has passed, um, that he was operating the autopilot mode in a safe condition. And certainly outside of the rules of engagement, from what I understand, as Tesla says, you should be operating in under autopilot.
Yeah, that's my understanding as well, man. I'm not super familiar with how they've designed the software, but let's be clear on one thing: it's not a sentient AI in any way, shape, or form. It's a rudimentary learning system that has programmed rules that it follows. Like, I don't know, when you were in one recently, did they operate the autopilot for you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And did they purposely get things close to it so it would avoid obstacles?
Yep. It did.
Right,
It did that part very well.
Mhm.
It
Because
also.
I was just going to say, because those are very simple programming rules. That
Mhm.
the software is not learning how to avoid. It knows always keep 5 feet from this kind of object, right? And then
Yep.
it's just reading that input off the sensors, which isn't to denigrate the beauty of that design. It's just not thinking, right? I mean, it's not a thinking machine.
Correct. And not only that, it also is taking a lot from your own driving habits. That's where their machine learning on the
Yes.
back end is doing things. So if you drive horribly, well, it's garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah, well, in my understanding is, man, it's a breakdown in human-machine interaction, which I think really should be the conversation. What I worry about, and the reason I wanted to talk about it on air was, I think some opportunistic political vultures are going to jump on this as a means and a platform to put down AI development. I mean, this has the possibility, unfortunately, I don't mean to be an extremist with this, but I think it has the possibility to turn into what we had with Bush and stem cells. And that set back U.S. science decades.
Easily decades. I don't know that it's going to go that extreme. I mean, if we want an extremist, we should bring on the Sultan. I don't think it's going to do much. I mean, and the reason, at least I would say, I hope it's not going to do much. Main reason being that, the Tesla Corporation has been very clear. This is a beta application. Use at your own risk. And I don't know what I would love to see the black box like aspect for this thing, because when I was into Tesla and utilizing the autopilot feature, like every 30 seconds I had to put my hands back on the wheel. So at what point did this individual do or not do that? Were they following all of the operating conditions? I'd like to. I mean, again, it is. Please don't mistake my displayed attitude here in terms of being disrespectful. It's a shame that this person lost his life. I feel sorry for his family. I hope the individual didn't have children. That would be a shame for them to be without their father. I don't know a lot about the individual. I didn't see much out there, but it is unfortunate that this happened. But I would still like to see the black box recorder like feature and see what actually transpired.
Well, I'd like to see what those sensors saw. My understanding is the vehicle that this Tesla collided with turned left in front of it, inappropriately or illegally maybe. And if that's the case, I mean, the media spins this. At least some of the headlines I've seen, which are just fucking clickbait, that the Tesla killed the guy. Well, wait. I mean, if another vehicle illegally turned in front of the Tesla, then, I mean, it's not as if the fucking car can teleport through matter. You know what I mean?
It can't?
Not that I'm aware of. Maybe there's a super secret button beyond ludicrous speed. I don't
know. Nice quote. Nice quote. Anyone that's able to tweet out what movie that quote is from, I'll give you extra props. Yeah, I mean that's the unfortunate part. No, even if it wasn't autopilot, no human is going to be able to really react when you're going that fast for someone cutting you off like that.
Right. Well, right, because let's be clear, for those that don't know, the autopilot doesn't preclude you as the driver from taking control.
Right, absolutely.
You don't even have to hit a button. You just drive.
Yeah, it is still your car. It is your responsibility, and you have to take accountability for those actions. Autopilot's meant to kind of help, at least to me, take that bumper to bumper traffic aspect, of the stop and go out of it, because
Yeah.
it's annoying. I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
It's cruise control with a smoothing mechanism.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Really. I don't know, man. It's tragic. I agree with you. I want to see more people talk about the not the tragedy of it, because it is tragic. I mean, I don't want anybody to die for any reason, generally speaking. But there's still a lot to discuss in terms of how
Now,
that technology. Go ahead.
I have a couple of people I would like to be dead right now, but other than that, no one that is affiliated with this show directly.
It's Sunday, man.
It's another day, brother.
Are you just getting fired up because we're on the eve of our independence celebration?
Yes, and I think we should take back some of our independence.
Oh man, those are cases where maybe violence needs to be used, but that's another show.
Peace is only found at the other end of a sword.
Yeah. Speaking of that, dude, how good was that last Game of Thrones episode? This is too, but.
Well, spoiler alert for anyone looking that hasn't seen it. I thought it was amazing. I think the overall character development of everything going on right now is pretty cool. A lot of people have not been a fan of like Arya and all that kind of stuff, but I thought that was played out amazingly well. I haven't read the latest book yet. I'm not even sure if it's out yet. But I'm kind of, for me, I like equally the books and the show. I've read both, and I understand. I mean, there are differences. Make no mistake about it. There are differences, and I enjoy those differences. But I really want to read the latest book to see how far off is this show from that book, because they went into production of this film before the book was even started writing.
Yeah. My understanding was there was some conversations between the showrunners and George R.R. Martin about possible directions, but that as a writer that changes so much as you're creating. Who knows how far off they are now? It's very likely that they'll finish the whole fucking TV series before that guy finishes the next book.
Yeah. Well, I thought the book is supposed to come out this summer.
Dude, he's missed every fucking deadline for like a year.
Oh, so he's like a software developer.
Oh yeah, well, the ones we know, yeah. The ones we know. I don't know if I make the general statement that he's like all software developers, but
he's like all the software developers that I know.
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought it was excellent when they blew that shit up with the wildfire. Well, Cersei did. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my god, they just fucking killed everybody.
Everyone
all at once. Everybody just died. Holy shit.
It was great. I thought that was amazing. So reading some of the rumors and stuff, and when you start seeing the flashbacks, Jon Snow, the reason why he was able to be brought back because he was from King's blood, and in this case, the King's blood is the Targaryens.
Yeah.
So he's a Targaryen. I think
I'll say this, man, because at least what I've read, there's only 2 seasons planned, and then they wrap for good. Man, I really wish they would kind of skip the Cersei shit, because that character's old to me. Not that I don't like her, I don't think it's good. It's just I think the whole White Walker Winter's Coming thing is so much better. And I'm biased because I'm such a zombie fan. That I wish they would just skip through all the other bullshit and go right to that.
That's the part that's going to be, I think, really good.
Yeah.
Because now you've got, the Targaryens are all used to marrying one another. Is Jon Snow going to wind up being with Daenerys? And then do they just wreck shop on all of the White Walkers?
Yeah. And man, they gotta film Tyrion Lannister jumping on Cersei's back and like those fucking Leprechaun movies.
That'd be great. And remember, they don't just have one dragon; they've got 3 dragons.
Yeah. And it was about time they fucking killed some fools too, man.
Oh,
that was overdue.
They destroyed all those people.
Yeah. In
like one fell swoop. And the whole great thing with the part with Tyrion in this case, he's like, look, everything he read, when they started keeping dragons in captivity, they got small. So let these guys out. And then boom, those other 2 got big quick.
Yeah. Oh man, what a good show, dude.
I do. I love that show.
So real quick, man, then we'll get on to Minecraft.
Yeah, yeah.
So Mrs. Pittman and I got into Orange Is New Black,
I'm sorry.
and dude, it's an excellent show,
Uh,
and I dig the Netflix model for sure. I mean, we cut
that I
our,
agree on.
yeah, we cut our cord a long time ago. We don't have any cable now. It's all Hulu and Roku and shit. And so she gets trapped into binge watching a little bit, right? And we watched the last episode. I don't know if you watch or anybody else. I'm not going to talk about the story, but dude, it's a good cliffhanger. And now she's like upset that she has to wait a year or more to get more episodes. I'm like, now you know how I feel with The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones.
Yep.
And now you know why I just watch those shows over and over and over again, waiting for the new season.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the Orange is the New Black. I've tried watching it. It's just not something I dig. Was
Whoa.
not my type of show.
It's Oz for PG lesbians.
Okay.
I don't know that you ever watched Oz, but
I did. Oz was great.
yeah, this is Oz for PG rated lesbians. I dig it.
All right.
But it's a good show. Well acted. But yeah, man. Fuck it. Minecraft, man. So I've played Minecraft. You play Minecraft. Your kids play Minecraft. All my nephews play it. And you know, a while ago, I kind of observed this seeming trend with kids that play Minecraft a good bit ending up in some STEM field. And I don't know what correlation there might be there, but it seems to me that there probably is. What do you think, man?
Well, I enjoy playing Minecraft. I think Minecraft is it's a fun game to play. It's certainly it can be extremely frustrating. I play with my kids quite a bit. I've got my server over here that I play with the kids on, and it's extremely frustrating because, and I guess it's a lot about in a lot of ways there's some good life lessons there. At any moment, a creeper could come up and just blow your shit up. I had all this stuff going on with some assembly lines and windmills, and all of a sudden it blew up half my place where now I've got to recreate all the stuff in order to make another windmill, so that way I can use my quarries. So it's extremely fun to play. It's extremely addicting, and it's so like if you think about the games of today, this thing is so rudimentary. There's no high-end graphics. This shit looks like Nintendo 64 graphics. But I think it teaches a lot of skills. It teaches a lot of creativity. Not just, the aspect of whether or not, the child wants to get into like Java programming or not. It's that this particular game is a lot about creativity.
Yeah, well, and it's procedural creativity, I think. Creativity is pretty broad, right? There's a pretty large spectrum of what creative means. What I've observed and what I find pleasing about the game myself is, in contrast, the graphics are interesting to point out that it's so 16-bit compared to the AAA titles that we see now. I don't know if you've seen the latest Doom, but holy shit, man, it's just gorgeous, dude. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's not only that for me, but it's also the games today, like I still play World of Warcraft, and that world, even though there's other people in it with you, has rules, and you're kind of on rails in a way, right? You're kind of, they call it a theme park, because you just kind of move through it the way that it was designed, and that's what you take part in this world. With Minecraft, the rules are very simple. They're very rudimentary, like you said, and all the complexity emerges off of that. And you co-create that complexity with the game. And I think that's a powerful model for STEM fields when you become a professional and how you operate inside those. That's my opinion.
No, that's I agree absolutely with that. It's a lot of fun. Again, the rules are simple, but they get so complex very quickly in a lot of ways because how are you going to beat the game? You have to get the Ender Pearl. All right, and then you've got to go through all those things, and there's quests that you can do. I mean, I play modded Minecraft, so like I use Tekkit. That's the one that my son likes to do, and we're playing right now 1.7.10 pack, which is again fun in itself as well. It's he likes to get into a lot of the magic. I like to automate. That's where the first thing I like to get set up. I like to get all of my building taken care of, and I like to automate all of my mining and stuff like that in order to get done. And he likes to go around and play with the magic and do all those kind of fun things, which comes out great because then I wind up making all this cool armor. He starts enchanting it, and we go off and we fight a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting to watch my nephews, the twins, play, and so they're twins, and they enjoy that game so differently. One's very, let's go blow shit up and smash stuff and kill and you know what I mean, typical for their age. The other one's very STEM oriented. Wants to build circuits, wants to assembly line stuff, automate like you said. He's not even big into exploring. He wants to just build stuff and watch how it works. So I started showing him these videos when I saw him the last time. Not the last time, a couple times ago. I started showing him these videos of how people are using the redstone circuits to build processors and small computers inside of Minecraft.
Yeah, yeah.
And that just blew his mind. And it blows my mind. I just watched one this morning with some coffee of somebody that built a working Pokemon game inside of Minecraft.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
It amazes me, man. It amazes me that a game so simple, so rudimentary in graphics and game mechanics has all this emergent complexity possible. I mean, I've always played vanilla. I like just throwing a random seed in there, getting a big giant biome and exploring and building shit, right? That's my thing. And I only play survival mode. I don't play creative mode.
Right. We don't do creative mode either. It's survival. And again, it's not vanilla Minecraft. So there's a lot of other additional things like the quarry and stuff like that. But we also turn on the hard questing. So then you can get a Dungeons and Dragons like feel to it. You get a quest. You got to go and get it, and then you get special things that you can't make, which winds up again also being really cool. So you can get that questing aspect. I like to. My younger son likes to blow things up, and so when he finds your stuff, he likes to figure out how to break the rules. And so typically, I'll put my once I get going. So we have this aspect in there when we play where when you kill something, you can become that creature for a period of time. So I'll very quickly kill a squid, and then I'll put my home base underwater. So then you're not finding it on top of the map.
Right.
So
right.
I build down. Yeah, I build down underneath, and then and then I just don't tell them where all my stuff is.
Yeah.
I don't let them teleport to me or anything.
Right. So do you find that playing helps your thinking processes within our profession?
Yeah, absolutely. So back in the day when I was at XM Radio, I used to spend the first 30 minutes of my day, and I would typically get in there earlier, playing not Minecraft, but the game that was Minesweep. Right now, it was called Minesweeper. To basically try again to get the mind working, and those kind of things help me get flowing. And I think it helps quite a bit in terms of the processing, the critical thinking skills. How am I going to get from point A to point B and not die, in this case, and not blow up?
Yeah. Same thing, man. I didn't play Minesweeper, though, but I'd go in way early, and I played Medal of Honor, Allied Assault, and I would play sniper-only maps. And, right, I mean, really, when I think back about it in retrospect, I think a lot of that was a very calm, quiet environment, and the sniping makes you think, several moves ahead of where somebody would be based on where you're at, and then the intrinsic trigonometry of figuring out how to take shots and all that stuff. I mean, I think it's a lot of the same engagement, and it's really prepping your mind to get into a flow state. And I see Minecraft doing a lot of the same stuff. Even the music, man, it's very tranquil.
Yeah, it really is. It's always funny because the kids will go back and forth to different games. They'll go try new ones, but they always come back to Minecraft.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think I might be a little biased though, because even though I have a liberal arts background for my undergrad, I don't hang around liberal arts people anymore. So I kind of wonder sometimes, do non-STEM undergrads come from a Minecraft background? I don't know. I mean, Minecraft's played by a fuckload of people. You have to imagine that some portion of that population is non-STEM oriented.
Probably. I mean, Microsoft just paid some ungodly amount of money for it. I think they actually paid more for Minecraft than they did LinkedIn.
I think they did too, man. I mean, Notch became a multi-millionaire overnight.
Yeah. It's quite funny.
Shitlord now too, man. By the way,
he's what?
A giant shitlord, like very anti-SJW.
Oh, the guy that did Minecraft?
Notch, yeah. His tweets are pretty entertaining.
Oh, well, I haven't looked at his tweets. We'll have to follow him.
Well, he actually does. You know how I really got into him as a person wasn't through Minecraft. It was he streams him coding games. Like he'll enter some of these hackathons or game design weekend type competitions, and I've seen several where he streams his process from turning on his computer, so to speak, right, all the way to the finished product. And it's fascinating to watch his creative process and watch like this dual side brain activity play, right? The creative side and then the technical coding side. You know what I mean? It's pretty fascinating to watch, and it gave me a lot of insight into how potentially Minecraft as a game is a vehicle for, let's call it STEM indoctrination. I don't know what else to call it. It's not exactly the right word, but because I don't think it's malicious.
No, it's not. I wouldn't say it's malicious at all. But yeah, I think indoctrination is a pretty good word in this case. It's it's a brilliant platform. You have unlimited access to all these things for a whopping, I think it was like $20.
Something like that, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many millions and millions of people out there are playing this game. It's just amazing.
It's on every fucking platform too, man. I mean, it's console, PC.
Because it's Java.
All operating systems. Yeah, it's mobile, and there's all these different versions of it. I'm gonna Google it real quick because I'm really interested in seeing it.
Let's see what happened. Let's see if
Minecraft passes 100 million registered users.
100 million. Wow.
100 million. Holy shit, dude. Minecraft PC has sold a total of 23 million copies. It's almost 24. In the last day, there's almost 10,000 sold.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I found a counter on the Minecraft site. You can just watch this thing click. I wonder if yeah, dude, that's crazy. Wow. What a cleanly designed website, too, man. It's pretty slick.
Oh, the Minecraft.com site?
Minecraft.net. Yeah. That's pretty slick. That's amazing, man.
Oh, now it's $27. He's increasing his rate.
Oh, he cashed the fuck out, dude. He's not even at Mahong anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? You do this.
Yeah.
Him and Kim.com should like build a giant island and do some slick shit.
No, don't give them any ideas.
Or just take over New Zealand. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to put up a fight except Amari.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a big fan of Kim.com. I think he's pretty much a douchebag.
Well,
at least his persona. At least his persona that he puts out there is that.
Maybe his persona is, but I don't. I wonder if we agree or disagree. I mean, I didn't plan for the conversation to go this way, and fuck it, it came up, so let's do it. I think the governments colluded to try and fuck him, and it didn't work out for him too well.
Well, people should always realize that when you choose as an individual to take on one government, it's already pretty much a losing battle, and to try to take on multiple governments, you can't win as an individual. There's no way to win.
Yeah, unfortunately, man. Well, and especially, and this is what's interesting to me when you take on the Western, and by Western I mean U.S. recording and movie industry. All of a sudden, high-level governments get mobilized.
Yeah, you're talking about, something that makes money for basically all of the countries around the world, because a lot of these films, are filmed in places like Iceland, New Zealand, Europe. This is where they film a lot of these things. It's not just filmed in Hollywood. So, you start messing around with people's money. The movie industry is bigger than any mafia around the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, and to indicate that, to go back where we started, I mean, some of the first things I read when Brexit went down a couple weeks ago was, oh my God, what's going to happen to Game of Thrones filming?
Oh, that is great. This is so funny. To me, England doesn't need the EU as much as the EU needs England. I mean, England's the 6th largest market in the world.
By the way, a couple steps behind California.
Well, California is still included in the United States market, contrary to what a lot of people would like, I guess. So, with that, England doesn't need the EU. I mean, I think you're going to start seeing a lot of some of these bigger countries leave the EU because they don't want to be paying for countries like Greece, who just can't seem to get their shit straight.
Well, and I think people are tired of Germany's bullshit again.
Yeah, it's the same thing. But this is the thing. When I was looking back at all the different conglomerates that the EU has been in the past, they seem to only last like 30 years.
Yeah.
And then they have to recreate. And I think the EU is getting close to that 30-year mark. I don't remember when it started, but England's like, no, we're not doing it. So I think that's perfectly. I think it's going to help. The world economy, not damage it. We have to. I think in order for there to be a strong world economy, a lot of these countries have to be able to be strong on their own first before they can contribute externally. And this just, to me, this is just a good way for Europe or, England to regain their own strength and find out what their identity is in terms of services, manufacturing, technology, whatever. So that way they can go back out to the world and look, and Switzerland doesn't seem to be hurting in any way, shape, or form, and they're not a part of the EU.
Right. Well, probably long term, one of the best things Britain ever did was stay on their own currency.
Mm-hmm.
What I do find kind of fucked up, though, man, was it just last year, 2 years ago, Scotland had a referendum to leave?
And it failed.
And it failed.
Yeah.
Dude, the Scots get continually fucked by England.
Yeah. Well, so what's funny when you look at that stuff with the Brexit, Scotland and Northern Ireland, both wanted to stay in the EU.
Yeah.
And everyone else was like, no, except for like the City of London. The City of London voted to stay in the EU as well, but everyone else was like, no, we don't want to be a part of it.
Well, and what was interesting to me too, I mean, as much as we can trust it, I didn't look into it deep enough to really look at the veracity of the claims, but apparently the majority of people that voted to leave were, 60 or older or 50 or older? And the vast majority of, let's say under 50 wanted to stay?
Now, I don't know. Some of the things that I read was like the younger people wanted out of the EU.
Uh-huh.
Well,
and I want to see now how this next referendum works out, because apparently people were reporting there was fuckery with the voting and stuff, which, come on, man. I mean, of course there is. Why is that even a question at this point? Of course there is. But that shouldn't preclude us from participating as citizens in our nation.
Yeah.
And doing what we think is right. Like, I had this conversation again. This drives me up the fucking wall, man. Man, I have all kinds of adventures on these flights, right? So I have a flight from Chicago back to L.A., and I got stuck. You watched Orange is the New Black, right? At least enough to see. Do you remember the short-haired blonde chick with the glasses that's kind of schizophrenic?
No, not really, dude. I mean, I saw like an episode, and it was like, this is horseshit. So
anyway, man. Later in the seasons, you get this crazy chick. I got stuck beside her on a plane. Not her personally, but it was like that. And I don't know about you, man, but when I'm on a plane, it's like my time to work, because usually I don't get interrupted. I just put on headphones, order a drink or two up front, and man, I'm off for 4 hours. I'm good. This lady talked nonstop, man, nonstop for 4.5 hours.
The headphones didn't help?
No, dude, no, she just talked louder. And it was a good conversation, right? But anyway,
I don't have that problem flying first class, by the way.
yeah, I know, man. I know you do. I should probably fly first class from now on. I get it.
Yeah.
Now you made me forget my fucking point. What was I talking about at the beginning with? Oh, the adventures.
Yeah.
I don't remember, man. Fuck it.
What was
Move
the
on.
conversation about? What was the conversation?
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Everything, man. Everything. I don't even know where to start. It was so random and all over the place. And at one point, man, she got up to go to the bathroom and she was gone a long time. A long time. So I'm like, okay, man, this is my chance. I got my laptop set up. I got my headphones back on. I put the music on loud enough that you could probably hear that it was playing. You know what I mean? So that's like some strong clues in a social situation not to bother somebody. I shit you not, man. She comes back, interrupts me, and even says, "Oh, you're working. I should leave you alone." And I'm like, "Yeah." And dude, she just kept on talking.
That's what happens when you get these people from LA, dude. They don't care. It's all about them.
Oh man, I don't know what my original point was, other than maybe to provide some comedy. But yeah, man, that was.
Well, you're traveling. You always have something when you travel.
Well, dude, this should have been the sign. So I go to the airport, and I didn't go back to Cleveland. I went to Canton Akron Airport, which is way closer to my parents. And I'm sitting at the bar, and I'm having a drink, and I have my water bottle with me. I don't know about you, but I always take refillable bottles with me for water. And a dude walks up to me and offers to buy this exact bottle, not so he can put water in it, because he wants to hide his booze when he gets on the plane. Like, and I even said to the guy, I'm like, you can buy drinks on the plane, right? And he's like, how much? I'm like, dude, that's the first sign. I'm like, fuck it, man. People are weird. So I'm on my way to my gate, and this is a really tiny airport, really tiny. And so it's like 10 steps from the bar to the gate. So I stop at the restroom, and I walk in, man, and listen, I'm not making this up. There's a TSA agent masturbating in the urinal. I'm like, and there's only 2 urinals. There's 2 urinals in one stall, and some dude's in the stall. So, right, I'm like, well, I mean, I got to piss. Do I just walk up and go and just, like, stare at the guy and try? So I'm like, fuck it, man. I'm done. I'll piss on the plane. And I even texted Marsha. I'm like, this day's doomed. It's already started. It's already started. A guy tried to buy my bottle to hide booze in it when I mean, I've seen really drunk people still get booze as long as you're not being an asshole. So why are you sneaking booze onto a plane?
Maybe he thinks it's cheaper out inside the airport than it is on the airplane. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe he needed a lot of it, but anyway, man. And then the TSA thing, rude. Oh, son of a bitch. And I don't know how many times in Chicago. I hate that fucking airport, O'Hare.
Yeah, O'Hare is a giant clusterfuck.
I have never seen an airport with more people running in it. I mean,
Just because, for whatever reason, O'Hare, like, if you schedule a connecting flight out of O'Hare that's less than 90 minutes,
you're fucked.
you're almost bound to be late.
Yeah, you're fucked.
And it's absolutely horrible. People are. It's better if you have to connect somewhere in Chicago, connect through Midway.
Yeah, that's way better. That's way better. I like Detroit. I think it's a clean airport and it's easy to get around for me. But yeah, man, O'Hare, dude, it's always a clusterfuck. And
Always.
At one point, I just stopped counting the number of people that were running. And there were like Russian people yelling at each other. I'm like, oh, dude, something's gonna go down.
You should trip one of them. Stick
Dude,
your
I
foot
just
out.
got out of the way, man. I went and got a sandwich and sat back and just watched.
It is funny because it's like that. You're right. Every time. So I've recently flown through O'Hare 4 times in the last 30 days. Every single time, just like you mentioned. And actually, every time I've gone through O'Hare, I see people running all the time.
Yeah,
It is a huge airport. If you have to go from like the A gate over to H, you're done. You're toast.
Yeah. No, that's almost like a field trip, man.
It's in a different terminal.
Yeah.
You've got to go all of a sudden run from one end of one terminal to the other, and then you got to get on a shuttle to get over to that other side.
Yeah.
And then you got to run again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, like Atlanta's huge, right? But I love that airport because it's so easy to get from place to place. You have the trolley, which is way efficient. Or a lot of times, because of I like layovers now. I don't like flying the whole distance because it's just too long for me. So I like a decent layover so I can get a beer and get some stuff done, and that's when I catch up on phone calls and emails and shit, right? Because again, I'm not in first class, so I don't pay for internet. Fuck it. I mean,
I have status on pretty much all the airlines in the U.S. So I don't pay for internet either, regardless of which class airline ticket I take.
so speaking of which, man, so remember when I was coming out like a week every month? I'd built up like almost 50,000 miles,
Yeah.
and I kept telling Marsha, I'm like, you know, I probably have several free tickets at this point. We could go anywhere we want, and you know, generally speaking, they all fucking expired.
Because because you have to fly just a tiny bit and keep them going.
To keep them going. I took a long enough break that they anyway, man. Dude, at one point I'm like, I texted Marsha and I'm like, I think there's a fucking road race going on or something, man. There's so many people running. I'm looking for the numbered tags. I'm like, there's just so many people running in a constant stream that there must be a race going on.
That's hilarious.
It'd be interesting, man. One day, if I have enough time, not that I like to waste time, but I like to entertain myself and other people. One day I'm going to go there, man, and I'm going to have a long enough layover like I did this time. Because I had several hours this time to kill, which was, it's not that bad, man. I get a lot of work done. Dude, I'm going to take track clothes in my carry-on, and I'm going to change into like a track outfit and put some water on my face so it looks like I'm all sweaty, and I'm going to tape a number on. And I'm going to start jogging around the fucking airport and see how many people follow me.
You'll be like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, just straight up just fucking jogging, man.
You should grow the beard out again like that.
Oh god! Just to see how many fools follow me or ask me what's up. I thought there was a race. I showed up.
Yeah. That would be hilarious. Oh, that would be great.
I don't know how we got on this topic, man, but
take somebody's water as you're going by. Thanks. Spray yourself.
Oh man.
Oh, well, that would be pretty entertaining. Hey, aren't you supposed to be going to Europe here pretty soon?
Canceled it.
You canceled it.
Yeah. I had man. I think I'm done now. Going back to Ohio. The last time this last week I went, the treatment was finally done, and it looks like it's going to hold for now.
Mm-hmm.
But because I had to go back and forth so much, we put it on hold.
Got it.
I mean, we're going to go for a month.
Right on. So.
Well, and then we bought the plantation, so.
Yeah, that's right. Falcorn, Langhorne.
Oh man, we got into a pretty heated debate the other day, man. Because we've decided we're going to get chickens, right, for the eggs. And Marsha's like, well, are you going to kill them? I'm like, what do you mean kill them? She's like, well, they get old. Yeah. She's like, well, they get old and they stop laying eggs. You got to kill them. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't have to. Nobody's going to make you. She's like, but I want chicken. I'm like, yeah, but I don't. So, no. I'm like,
she can get out there and kill the chicken.
She's done it before, man. She said she remembers what it's like and she doesn't want to do it again. And I'm like, well, then don't do it. I mean, leave the old ones to show the little ones what to do. And when they get too old, we'll just let them loose in the woods. I'm sure there's some bears and fucking mountain lions around. They'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Let them have a natural life. Why do you got to kill them?
Anyway, the eggs are plenty. The eggs are.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the eggs are plentiful enough. You know, you don't necessarily. You know, there's no reason that you have to kill the chickens.
No, let them hang out, man. Of course, I've already named all of them, but we don't even have them yet. So speaking of food, man, dude, have you heard of Soylent?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I started it. This is day 2. It's fucking good, man. It's fucking really good. I'm impressed. Full meal replacement. I get the powder, not the bottles.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do like 30 days on it. I have 56 meals, and I'm doing four a day, 4 meals a day.
Okay.
I'm gonna go a few weeks and see how it works, see what kind of side effects there are, and how I feel. Um,
And you're doing that instead of eating real food?
correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, like so yesterday I had nothing. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. That's disingenuous and not 100% accurate. I didn't have any meals other than Soylent. The last one, like I had last night, I blended with strawberries and a banana.
Okay.
Just because out of the package, man, it tastes like fucking sawdust.
Yeah, you got to do something to it.
Yeah, which it should, because they strip out sugar and it's neutral. It's meant to have something put in it. But I'm not like having a cheeseburger and a fucking, you know what I mean?
No donuts.
I've never been a donut person, man. It's just
Huh.
so I don't know, man. And now I'm debating on whether or not I'm gonna go to DEF CON.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's out of the blue.
No, I know, man. Well, I was just thinking about it. Like I started looking at. I don't know if you've ever been a member of IEEE. But
Yeah.
there's I need to renew my membership, which isn't cheap to start with. I
Right,
mean,
right.
it's not horribly expensive, but it's not cheap. And then if you want access to the specialized societies, you start tacking it on. And then at the same
Right.
time, my ACM membership needs renewed, and that's at least it's one price, even though it's like triple IEEE's base price, but it's everything. I don't know, man. I'll probably come for at least a few days. I don't know if I'm going to stay the whole time. At DEF CON.
Yeah.
Well, because at some point I'm just going to get tired of listening to you two fucks argue with each other all weekend.
I don't plan on doing that. I plan on literally, having fun at this particular DEF CON.
Yeah, I think maybe that's a little bit what scares me. It's going to be the first one that we haven't worked at in a long time. I mean, I think the last 4 in a row I've worked either for Capital or for
Right. And this time I'm going there to kind of, to get my energy back in terms of seeing what kind of research is being put out there, and having fun this time. And I'm not looking at, not looking at working for any way, shape, or form. I'm looking at straight collaboration this time.
Are you flying in Wednesday?
Yeah.
And then Death Star is going to get in line for us?
Yeah, he said he would. So he's doing that whole,
I saw that.
whatever it's called. Yeah, he said he would do it for us. So it should
I
be
ain't
pretty
giving
cool.
that fucker an extra $20.
No, he didn't say. He said he wouldn't charge us anything additional. We'll see if he stays true to his word.
Well, we know he's a traitor, man. I mean, you pick up a snake enough, man, and you're going to get bit.
This is true.
I don't know, man. I'll probably show up. I want to. Don't get me wrong. I want to. I'm just going through this thought process of like trying to engineer the next 8 to 12 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why kind of one of the things is, I want to go out there to kind of, network, recharge, see what the next steps are going to wind up bringing, because, I don't know. But there's, John Callis will be out there, so it'll be good to see him. He says he's going to be out there for, I'm not looking to do all the parties and stuff like that. I mean, I'd rather, I'm going to try and get Ian to come out.
I was just going to ask because I texted him not too long ago and he hasn't responded. That was the day some shit went wrong there.
Oh, dude, that was hilarious.
I teased him a little bit about it and he didn't respond after that. But
yeah, I'm gonna try and get him to come out. It'd be kind of cool for Ian to be out there. We just, we do our thing. We're not out there for work this time. This is, this is the time. I mean, we're, possibly to try to get new work, but
right. I think I'll go. If I go, I always go the day before.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll drive or fly yet. I'll probably fly because it's easy enough now out of Long Beach for me. Super easy to get to. But I might leave on Friday night or Saturday night. I don't know. Probably Saturday night.
Gotcha.
I always leave on Sunday. I mean, I never stay for the closing ceremonies and shit. I never have.
Right. Yeah, there's no reason to.
But there's just so many people to see, man. It's such a great social event.
Yeah, I mean, I know, and again, perhaps we could do a live show while we're out there. Tara will be out there. Alyssa should be out there. I don't know if Leslie will be out there yet or not, but it'd be good to kind of get all three of them.
What about
on
Julie?
a panel.
Have you talked to Julie lately? I haven't heard from her.
I doubt that Julie will come out there, but yeah, I talk to her often. She's doing her thing over there at Cool Span.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing some good stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've got a pretty legitimate shot at being the enterprise secure comms out there. I mean,
Mhm.
they've got that partnership with Samsung. I think it's
Yeah,
going
that's
well
pretty
for them.
That's
Yeah.
pretty. Oh man, okay, you twisted my arm. I think I'll go. No, I mean I didn't. I haven't decided. I was just thinking. Maybe we'll talk about this next week. How do you plan out your next 12 months? And let's be honest, for both of us, still, I mean, I don't worry about when I'm gonna eat or where my food's coming from, especially now in Soylent. But
Yeah.
professional memberships and the cost of social networking has to be accounted for.
It does. It really does. I'm surprised the university isn't paying for ACM or IEEE.
Well, that's another conversation.
That sucks. Well, cool. Yeah, let's definitely talk about it more next week.
Sweet.
So I guess
think
that's what.
it, man. We got far off the Minecraft track.
Yeah, we did. We did. That's what happens when we start talking about travel and people that are deciding to fight the government all by themselves and multiple governments at the same time.
Yeah, it doesn't work out. So the last thing I'll say is we close episode 22. 22. First of all, I think we should have a 25th anniversary. We should do something cool. Maybe bring TK back on.
Yeah,
We'll start planning that. If anybody wants to study Minecraft as a phenomenon for STEM, tweet me and Dan, and we'll rig something up. I'd like to do an academic study on that at some point in the near future.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool. Now that's what I got.
All right. Episode 22 in the bag.
There's a big giant bird, man. We got some nightingales driving fucking Marcia crazy, man. They wake up like at 1 a.m. and start going ape shit right outside our bedroom window, and I just saw one fly by. Better get used to it with the chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Episode 22. Been a great time. We'll talk to you guys next week. Bye. That's our outro music.